begin with COVID-19 testing troubles. Good afternoon, I'm Laura Moritz. Tests are still in high demand in the Kansas City metro, so when and where can people get one? KMBC 9's Jackson Kurtz spoke with the Jackson County Health Department about where people can get the quickest results.
To get a COVID-19 test in or around Kansas City, you'll have to wait. Right now, COVID-19 testing is being done at many local health department testing clinics and hospitals by appointment. Health officials say scheduling an appointment as soon as possible may be the quickest way to get results.
Making sure that people can have that appointment so that they can show up and actually get tested rather than, I'm sorry, we're out. We don't have any more to give.
At-home COVID tests are hard to come by at pharmacies like CVS or Walgreens.
Those at-home tests can be something that a lot of people reach out to. So it's getting the kit that's kind of seemed to be the problem for a lot.
We checked over a dozen Missouri CVS and Walgreens for any at-home COVID-19 tests and found zero. We did find open appointments for molecular PCR lab tests in rural areas like Warrensburg, Clinton, and Sedalia, with test results coming back in 1 to 2 days. So how long will this continue? That's still a big unknown as health officials work to expand testing to more days a week.
Getting public buy-in and getting people to kind of make sure that they're doing the right thing it's been difficult. It's been a bit of a ride. So especially in the time going forward, making sure that we can make those tests as available to people as we want.
And that was Jackson Kurtz reporting. The Jackson County Health Department says it won't accept walk-ins at their testing site tomorrow because of this high demand. The nation's top doctor is praising the CDC's decision to shorten the isolation time for those infected with COVID-19. The new guidance says those who are not showing symptoms only need to quarantine for 5 days instead of 10. This also applies to people exposed to someone who tested positive. The CDC says transmission usually happens in the first few days of testing positive or experiencing symptoms, so there's no need to isolate beyond that.
I mean, obviously, if you have symptoms, you should not be out. But if you are asymptomatic and you are infected, we want to get people back to the jobs, particularly those with essential jobs, to keep our society running smoothly.
The CDC says people should wear a mask for 5 additional days after their quarantine is finished. If you are vaccinated with a booster shot, the CDC now says you don't need to quarantine following exposure. Here's a look at COVID hospitalizations in our area. An average of 2,000 people are hospitalized with the virus in the state of Missouri. That number went up 10% in the last 2 weeks. In Kansas, about 800 people are hospitalized with COVID-19. That's an 8% increase. According to the Missouri Health Department, the Omicron variant has now been found in 30 more wastewater systems across the state. It was found in just 2 systems in early December. KMBC 9's Matt Evans spoke to the researcher analyzing those samples.
That Omicron variant was first detected in Missouri wastewater systems the week of December 7th, found in 2 wastewater systems in Jackson and Buchanan counties. In tests taken less than 2 weeks later, that variant popped up in 32 of the 57 wastewater systems tested across the state the week of December 20th, including 3 Kansas City facilities, more than a dozen St. Louis area facilities, several in southeast and southwest Missouri, and all across the I-70 corridor. The lead researcher at Mizzou in charge of wastewater sampling says it's clear that if Omicron isn't dominant yet, it will be within days.
It's like the Delta wave all over again. We see a variant that's rapidly sweeping the state. It hasn't, I wouldn't say it might be dominant by now, but it's almost everywhere by now, I think.
Johnson says there's also still a lot of Delta in Missouri's wastewater system, but he believes that the Omicron variant could all but push Delta out by sometime in mid-January in Missouri. Matt Evans, KMBC 9 News.
Rapid rise of Omicron. The Missouri Health Department is encouraging everyone to get a booster shot, and if you haven't yet, get vaccinated.